Christmas night, says the nun's soul in purgatory. Thousands of souls left the place of expiation for heaven, but a lot stayed behind, and I'm one of them. You sometimes tell me, she says, that the perfecting of a soul is a really long process. You are right. You're also amazed that despite so many prayers, I remain for such a long time without the enjoyment of the vision of God. Alas, she says, the perfecting of a soul in purgatory doesn't go any faster than on earth. There are some, a precious few, who have no more than a few venial sins to expiate. These souls don't stay long in purgatory. A few prayers well said, a few sacrifices, and they're free in no time. But when there's souls like me, and it's nearly everyone's case, when they've lived a life whose value is roughly nil, being little or hardly at all bothered about their salvation, in these cases, life has to start all over again in the place of expiation. The soul has to begin its work of perfection, of loving and desiring the one it didn't love enough on earth. That's why a soul's delivery sometimes demands such a long wait. It's already a great grace on God's part that I'm allowed to crave prayers. I didn't deserve it. Without that, I'd be like the majority here, stuck for years and years. And then the living nun asks her, do nuns have any relations with others of the same religious family? In purgatory, as in heaven, religious of the same family aren't always together. Souls don't all deserve the same penance or the same reward. Nevertheless, they recognize each other in purgatory, and when God permits it, they can communicate with each other. And then another question. Is it possible to receive a prayer or a thought from a departed friend and to let him know he has not been forgotten? It's possible to make earth's remembrances reach us, but it's not much use. I've already told you that the souls in purgatory know and are fully aware of the persons who are concerned for them on earth. God also sometimes permits that one should receive a prayer, a warning, a piece of advice. Thus, when I've said to you more than once, what I've said to you more than once concerning St. Michael, it was on his behalf. What I said with regard to your father, it was on God's behalf. All the messages you've so often given me for the other world, I've never failed to transmit them. But all these questions are subordinate to God's will. Again, an interesting question. Are people's faults known to everyone in purgatory, as they will be at the last judgment? Generally speaking, We don't know the faults of others in purgatory, except, that is, when God permits it with regard to certain souls, for his own designs. But it's only with a small number of souls that he acts in this way. And on the questions go and the answers follow, indicating that it is a whole realm that we cannot here fathom, but a very real one, and one that it seems we are completely unaware of until we get there. Alas, and this comes through, if only we knew the value of one more day in time. Ego sum resurrectio et vita, qui credet in me, et siam se mortuus fuerit vivet, et omnes qui vivit et credit in me, non morietur in aeterno. Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine, et lux perpetua lucea Deis, requiescant in pace. Amen.